is going on? Welcome to episode 36 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2 is Zero Hate. What's going on?
That's not my name.
Hate Zero? Sorry.
Hate Zero.
Eric?
What is up, all the people?
We've also got Trainass from Hello Nintendo, otherwise known as Matt. What's going on, buddy?
How's it going, eh?
We're glad you're here, man. We're glad you're here. I'm excited to get to hear all about your Nintendo history and all about your podcast. So it'll be fun.
Thank you.
It'll be fun. But guys, before we get going into all of that sweet music we just heard was from On Being Human. So make sure to check them out on YouTube and Spotify. They're a good band. They play a lot of video game music. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they just released a soundtrack for a video game. And it just came out like a week or two ago. So go check it out. And I need to do a little more research on it, but it's good. It's, for me, it's writing music. Like there's no lyrics, there's no singing. It's just the music part. But they also do some singing and stuff too. So that's On Being Human. Go check them out. If you guys would like to get yourself a free book from Audible, you can go to audibletrial.com/NPC. You help support the show. You get yourself a free book, and we really appreciate it. We recommend Ready Player One, Armada, maybe Console Wars if you want to know about the history of Nintendo. There's some good stuff out there. So that's audibletrial.com/NPC. And guys, I have a gaming chair sponsor, OPSeat. You can go to opseat.com and use coupon code N64Josh. You can save yourself $10. And let me tell you, these chairs are amazing. And even if they weren't a sponsor, I would tell you these chairs are amazing. Even Destinaut was like, dude gets a new chair and he streams for 12 hours straight. What is the deal here? They're good chairs. So go check them out, opseat.com, coupon code N64Josh. All right. We do this show live, twitch.tv/N64Josh, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come hang out with us. To everybody that's here already, Scott Fly, Paliner, Destinaut, Captain Logan, Sneaky Sniper. Who else am I missing here? Kirby Geek. Anybody else that I missed? Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us, for lurking, whatever. We appreciate it. Come hang out with us live, because tonight we're giving away a copy of Mario plus Rabbids from our good friend. He goes by LSD, but it's actually spelled out EL anyway. So he hooked us up from Down Under. So that'll be getting to me probably tomorrow or the next day. And we'll be giving it away tonight live. So make sure if you're here with us live, you stay till the end, because that's where we're going to give it away. Okay. Not too bad. 3 minutes. All the stuff's out of the way. Let's get into the good stuff. So we have a very special guest. Matt from Hello Nintendo is a Nintendo podcast, the official Nintendo podcast of the official Nintendo subreddit. Did I say that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, sweet.
So close enough, yeah.
Close enough? All right, cool. So, before we get into the podcast, let's talk about you, man. What's your history with Nintendo? What were some of your first games?
Well, I first started with the original NES, and I remember going to Zeller's with my dad and getting it, and I had no idea what it was that we were getting. So it was actually kind of a surprise, but I remember playing the crap out of Mario, and that's kind of what got me started. Pretty much ended up just being a Nintendo household, from that point on.
Very cool. Very cool. What were some of the games that you just got that got their hooks in you?
Mario and Duck Hunt, obviously. That's the first one. My parents got us Zelda 2. I never played the first Zelda. It wasn't until I got the GameCube and had the collector's edition. So Zelda 2, Thunderbirds, Destination Earthstar, Rad Racer, Top Gun.
Oh, yeah.
What else was there?
Did you land on the carrier?
I have only landed on the carrier, I think, twice.
So the one time I streamed that game a few months ago, everybody's like, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Totally did it. Landed it on the carrier. I was like, that's like the second time in my life I've done it.
That's awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of what got me started.
Cool. And then we were kind of talking a little bit ahead of time. You've basically had all the Nintendo consoles, like pretty much like from Nintendo to Super Nintendo and 64 and so on and so forth?
Yep. Ended up getting NES, Super NES, and GameCube and N64 as Christmas presents. After that, my brothers and I were kind of on our own. When the Wii came out, we actually camped outside of Best Buy all night for the Wii. It turned out that the unit that we got was a defective unit. So even though we had the Wii in our hands, we still had to wait an extra week before we could actually play it properly. And the Wii, and then ended up moving across the country, and I've been on my own for getting game consoles since.
Gotcha. So, out of all of those games, what have been some of the just favorites that you maybe could even go back to today and play again?
Probably Mario 2, like not the Lost Levels Mario 2, the American Mario 2, Thunderbirds, easily on the NES, Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Turtles 4, and F-Zero on the Super NES. GoldenEye Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah.
On N64. Oh, and Episode 1, Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer.
Nice, dude.
That one, yeah. GameCube was both Metroid Primes, both Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Do you want me to go through all of them? Or?
No, that's good, man. That's great. That's great. That's a great list, dude. You've named some gems for sure. So if you had to pick a favorite Nintendo console, what would it be?
It's a tough one. It's actually a toss-up probably between the Super NES and the GameCube.
Ooh, okay.
Between those two. I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards the GameCube, only because it had both Prime games, Mario Sunshine, Rogue Squadrons, actually had a couple Pokemon games on there, things like that. So I'm kind of thinking GameCube.
All right. Well, that's cool. I love the GameCube. Love it. So that's great. Can you give us just kind of the lowdown of Hello Nintendo and how it started and what you guys do?
So Hello Nintendo is the official podcast of the Nintendo subreddit. We ended up getting started actually. One of the guys that helped us get started, he's the host and the editor of the Xbox One Party Chat podcast for the Xbox One subreddit, the where I moderate, and thought it'd be, I guess, wanted to help us get started with that, and I think we are 16 episodes deep now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We release bi-weekly just because it's a lot more work than I think people realize doing a podcast. There's a lot more work involved. So, and we pretty much just talk about all things Nintendo and some stuff that's been going on in the subreddit over the past couple weeks in between episodes. And we had a bunch of guys that got to go to E3. Nintendo invited a whole bunch of us down to E3, so we got to go there. Some interviews that we interviewed SMG Studios, who released Death Squared, which is an awesome game on the Switch if you haven't played it. And it's just kind of we tend to pull a lot of our content from the subreddit, so that's where we get all our stuff.
And you guys have different hosts each week, right?
Yeah, so myself, I'm the main host. I've been on most of the episodes, and then there's Frobro, who is my co-host, but he's been out sick for a while there. And then we've had a few of the other guys. So there's Brooks, aka the Poochie Kid. He's on there a fair bit. Castor Man goes by Moog. He's kind of my backup co-host. We've had Awada Fan, Embassy Nerdcore, who's our editor. He likes to chime in every once in a while. Pretty much almost all the regular active mods have been a host at least one point on the podcast.
All right. Cool, man. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to get to the part of the show where we talk about what we're playing, what we've picked up this last week. So, Hate, you wanna start us off, man? What'd you pick up this week?
Sure. Nothing. Picked up nothing.
Okay.
I'm
great.
saving myself for a little something later this week.
Oh, okay. All right. How about you, Matt? You pick up any games or Amiibo or anything this week?
Amiibos, God, I've got such a collection.
Tell me more.
I ended up importing a bunch from Japan just so I could have them because I couldn't find them here. I've been picked up Cave Story. I've resumed playing Cave Story on my Switch. Was playing it on 3DS, and I've been playing a ton of Overwatch on my Xbox, actually. It's pretty much Cave Story and Overwatch.
All right, cool. Wouldn't it be great if Overwatch or an Overwatch type game came to the Switch?
Oh, hands down. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd be all about it. So as far as games, I picked up RBI Baseball 2017, and we'll give you a review of that later. And then I picked up Lego Worlds, but I haven't had a chance to even open it yet. Because as far as other games I've been playing, well, Destiny 2 has had its claws in me, and I play a lot of Mario Kart 7 in preparation for the Nintendo World Championships this weekend, which we will talk more about as well. But hey, we heard what you didn't pick up, but what have you been playing?
I put some more time into Mario Plus Rabbids. I'm liking the game a lot. I'm World 3 now, so not very far, I suspect, but the bosses are fun. They're challenging in the typical Nintendo way, and the art style, the comedy, the music, the game is amazing, and I'm so happy it exists. I went into it very skeptical because Ubisoft. Enough said, really. So, but I was pleasantly surprised, and if you haven't picked it up, I'm not going to do like a number rating, but I will give you my review later when we get to that point.
Yeah, we got something fun planned. Hate's got some kind of different rating scale, and I'm just gonna give you a number, and we're gonna go from there. So. He's
doing it the boring, conventional way. That's N64 Josh, though. What do you do?
That's right. What do you do? And you said Ubisoft, but I do want to kind of I want to just shower them with a little bit of praise because one, Mario plus Rabbids, I was very impressed by. You were as well. It's a Division, which isn't a Nintendo game, I know, but they announced today like a 4v4 like PvP for that game. Like they've not given up on that game, and even Rainbow Six was great. Ghost Recon they kind of stumbled, but like they seem to be sticking with their games and with their community, and I got to give them props for that because you don't see other large publishers other than I would say Bungie, at least in my opinion. Sticking with their community to that extent and trying to create the game that the community wants. So I'm, that impresses me. Obviously, I mean, they're big business and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I want to give them a little props when it's due. I even tweeted at them and said, you guys, I think it's pretty cool.
So I don't want to, I don't hate Ubisoft, just hate Rainbow Six is one of my favorite series of all time.
We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Rainbow Six.
Exactly.
Right.
So they are capable of making good games. I just, the Assassin's Creed games getting a new coat of paint and being the same game over and over kind of wore on me.
Right.
And then some of the Uplay stuff. So it's not, I'm not just a typical Ubisoft, they suck. They've made solid games. I'm a fan of Ghost Recon. I'm a fan of Rainbow Six. Now, the South Park games. Jeez, the Stick of Truth is amazing. I want it on the Switch. And Fractured But Whole, bring it on. It on.
I'm gonna have to edit that. Thanks.
You don't edit. It's the name. It's Fractured But Whole.
Please say it again.
Fractured.
No, don't. Just stop. Okay. Just stop. Okay. You been playing anything else, man?
I played Retro City Rampage a little bit the other day. That game's still fun. It's just I want to beat Rabbids soon, so I've tried to sink more time into that.
I want you to read Captain Logan's comment in chat there out loud.
Okay, so Captain Logan in the chat. My rating system is: will Josh buy it? Will Josh buy it and not play it? Will Josh buy it, play it? Will Josh buy it, play it, and beat it? That's tough. So it's like, will Josh buy it like a bad game? Like, this is crap. We don't want to play this game. And then he'll play it. So that's like an 8. I think I see what you're doing, Captain Logan.
Yeah.
I'm picking it up.
Guys, I'm going to buy the garbage games and let you know. so that you can save your money. So
how's the troll and I?
because I never opened it. I love you guys. So yeah. Hey, let's get into this week's releases, man. Can I talk about the first one?
Oh yeah, please take it. Or
Yeah.
I don't know, Matt might want this one too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Between the two of you.
Okay. Matt, you do it. Take it away, man. What's our first game on the list?
So it looks like RBI Baseball 2017.
Move down one
coming.
to this week's releases.
Oh, this week's. Maybe I should learn how to read better.
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
Samus Returns.
Yeah.
Right on this. Yes.
I got to play for 10 minutes.
The official remake.
It's legit, guys. It's legit.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's legit. And its Metacritic score right now is like an 85. So
yeah, it's doing really well.
Yeah. And GameSpot, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. No, Game Informer gave it like a 9.75 or something. So that's
fanboys.
It must be. So anyway, the other game that Hate's excited about, which is
NBA 2K18.
Which we had a scare in our Discord and thought it was only being released physically at GameStop.
We didn't have a scare. This guy didn't have a scare. I know my 2K. We were good.
Okay, well, GameStop's terrible marketing made it sound like they were the only place getting a physical copy of the game.
Fake news, bro.
Yeah, fake news, I guess. So that comes out, Friday if you pre-order, I guess, but the 18th if you... 19th if you didn't. So there you go.
Wait, no. Okay. So the game comes out the 19th for pre-order. It's the early edition. Since that's basically the release date on Switch because we're not getting a physical release until October. And why is that, you ask? Why are we waiting till October? Oh, because the SanDisk partnership doesn't launch till October, so they can't put NBA 2K next to the SD cards. So, October for physical.
It's not that far off.
Just a month. No big deal.
You okay?
We're good. Okay. We're good. There's no salt. Get out of here, Logan. No salt.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're okay. Just want to make sure. All right.
We're good.
All right. Well, guys, I know there's other like some indie titles and stuff coming out this week. We don't have them written down, so we're not going to try to guess. But yeah, as far as news, we have a lot of Nintendo news to talk about. Reggie, the president of Nintendo of America, reiterates that you should not buy a SNES Classic from an auction site like eBay. He says they've ramped up production and they should be readily available. And I found this interesting in the article, and it says, as for the NES Classic shortages, Philzame said, Nintendo said the company was not holding back stock on purpose to create an artificial scarcity situation. Nintendo did not produce enough units. Philzame said because the models that Nintendo looked at for retro consoles from other companies apparently showed they might not be very popular. And that is very true, because I don't know if you guys have seen like the Ataris and the Genesis and all that stuff. Those things don't do well. So,
but they're all garbage.
Yeah,
I mean,
hey, but there's still a business that's going to look at models and go, should we do this? Shouldn't we? And because of it, supposedly, the NES Classic is coming back in 2018. They're working to try to make that thing happen. I'll be honest. I have the NES Classic. I've talked about it on here. I actually almost have like a sense of guilt that I have it and other people don't. Like it's not one of those things that I like want to gloat about. Like, hey, look, like I feel bad for everybody that wanted one of these things and had no way of getting it. It sucks. It sucks. Yeah. And you may only play it once, but you still want it in your collection. I get it. Exactly. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it's true? Matt, what do you think? You think we're going to be able to find these SNES Classics? Think they're going to be readily available?
Well, I mean, if the pre-orders were anything to kind of go by, that made it a little bit better than the NES Classic came out. And I think more people have been able to get a hold of them. GameStop said they're going to have more on hand. I think Toys R Us was going to have more on hand than the NES. So I'm thinking it's people are gonna have a better chance of getting them if they show up at a store.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I know, Eric, you're a little more cynical on this, but
oh, thank you. So let me start off with you're welcome, everybody. If I didn't complain about this every opportunity I got, and everybody else who helped me in complaining about this, it wouldn't be resolved. So you're welcome, America.
It's all you.
Yeah, thanks. No problem.
yeah. And both the people that listen to the show, thank you guys.
Yeah. So I do want to say I think it's great. I think we'll get more SNES classics. I don't think there's going to be enough for every single person who wants one to get one. I mean, they do still need to keep demand up, otherwise they're not going to sell. So I understand that. But in there being more, hopefully that means the really dedicated gamers can get one. So,
hey, I've kind of been hopeful from the get-go, even though like I had the whole Walmart debacle and everything. Like, I really want to be able to buy these things for gifts for family members this year. Even I saw my sister today, and she was like, it was really kind of funny the way she walked up to me. You know, I was like, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing?" And then she like kind of got quiet and got a little closer, and she's like, "How about that SNES classic, huh? Do you know when we can get one?" And I was like, I feel like there's a drug deal taking place right now. Like, why are you whispering? Yeah, she's scratching her cheek. I'm like, why are you whispering? What? Like, no one's even near us. Like, it's okay you can talk about video games in the open. You'll be fine.
You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna get 2.
No, nobody hates you.
Yeah.
Are you planning on selling one at $1,000? Then there might be some hate.
No, because I'm not a jerk.
There you go.
Well, then that's fine.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, one of them, I've got a Famicom edition from
nice.
Australia.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is the better looking of the two systems, I think.
Yeah, probably. You should be able to buy as many as you want, and that's my hope, is that I'm wrong and you can get 3 of them. Having 2 would be ideal, because then you can keep one in the box and then trash one. Like that's the dream.
No, I'm going to be nice. A couple friends of mine, actually Dan, who edits the Hello Nintendo, he hasn't been able to score a pre-order, so I got one at Best Buy, and I've already set that aside for him.
Nice.
And I'm actually going to try and get one on launch day as well for a buddy of mine in Saskatoon. Well, I should mention I'm Canadian, so
I figured when you said a boot.
Sound weird. Oh yeah, thanks. I'm so nice too.
Yeah, that's true.
You hadn't apologized enough yet, so I wasn't quite sure. So
I'm sorry.
Thank you. There we go. Okay, there it is. We're good. It's official. Well, guys, licked spear. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right.
Licked spear. It's supposed to be like light speed in German.
Yeah, licked spear. Dev, so the Nintendo is working on an achievement system for the Switch. Speaking of scratching your face and wondering about where can I get some more of these
achievements?
Yeah, exactly. Matt, what do you think of this?
As like a big Xbox player, achievement, which has had achievements forever, they don't really bug me. I'm not an achievement hunter. If I'm playing a game and I see something pop up, it's like, oh, cool. And I'll carry on. I'm not going to go try and get, I'm not going to go out of my way to go and get these achievements. It's kind of cool if it happens. I think it's kind of nice if Nintendo actually is going to be coming out with this, because sort of playing catch up with everybody else, but I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah.
Eric, tell me, what do you think about this?
Well, there's 2 sides to it. So on the one hand, I'm sad because I'm going to be losing a friend and podcast co-host to these achievements, but on the other, I think
I'll have to open the troll and no.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone. Forget about it.
I have another reason to buy crappy games.
So I think that part kind of sucks, but depending on what they do with it, if it's just a standard like the PlayStation or the Xbox implementation, although Xbox you can do art and stuff, so it's a little better. And maybe you can on PS4 now, I'm not sure. But I hope that there's something that gets unlocked with the achievements, whether it's shirts for your Miis that are inevitably coming, or backgrounds, or something that comes from it to give me an incentive to care about the achievements. That'd be cool.
So I was
I
on
wouldn't
the.
mind.
Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say, I would. Speaking of it, getting someone like some sort of live theme, like what's on the 3DS, would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I was on the Nintendo Nostalgia podcast yesterday, and the episode drops on Thursday, and we kind of talked about this at extent, and they were saying the same thing, that they would like to see something, and one Ryan on the show mentioned that he would like to see the coins for my Nintendo, and I'm still like, so you can buy coupons, like I just don't. The whole my Nintendo thing is a big misstep for Nintendo, and they need to look back at Club Nintendo and give us some cool physical items, and not just use these things as coupons. That's my thoughts anyway. As far as achievements, though, my word, guys, my Xbox gamer score is like 96,350, I think. And I love achievements. I love achievements. I was so hooked. I've played so many bad games. If you look through my list, I've played so many bad games on the Xbox to get 1,000 points in games. Blazing Angels took me forever.
Can I interject?
It's not even fun.
Can I interject? So Josh is hitting me up on the 360. He's like, "Hey man, you got to go play King Kong. It's the quickest 1,000 you'll get." I'm like, "Bro, dude, I don't care enough to do this." He's like, "No, you got to play it. It's quick to 1,000." Like, okay, fine. So I try. I don't even think I got 1,000. It wasn't quick enough, but that's the type of achievement hunter he was.
Oh man, yeah, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, like 2 minutes, all 1,000. I'm done. Sign me up. I'm there, man. Like okay, look, I like them as a gamer. I think they work. I think they actually add replayability to some of the games, because let's say Mario Kart, for instance, let's say these things go retroactive if they actually happen. Let's say you need to hit 1,000 people with red shells. Okay. Well, you're going to get back into, if you want to 100% the achievement list, or more than likely they're going to call it Nin achievements. That's what we decided on that show yesterday, just for you, Eric. There'll be Nin achievements or Nin accomplishments.
Yeah, so then my Nindies can have Nin achievements.
Yeah, there you go. See, you understand. Great. So, but it's going to take you back into a game that maybe you had stopped playing. If you're a completionist and you want to get those points, and you want to be on the leaderboard or whatever for that game, or for all the games as a whole. And so as gamers, that's something that, I mean, look, you go back to the arcades, and like people would use their initials, or I would always use Neo. My uncle would use Cat, right? Because you could just use you just use 3 letters. But those were the leaderboards that you could go and see, like, oh, did anybody beat my score? That kind of thing. And that's part of, like, that's just like ingrained in us as gamers, that competition. I think, I could be wrong, and so that's the other thing that excites me about these things, is it's like, sometimes it's like you've hit 1,000 red shells. Like, you are crazy. You flew that far with your glider in Zelda. Where'd you do that at? You've got to show me, that kind of stuff. Like, it can open up new ways to play the game. So it really can boost replayability. And so, that part excites me. I like it. You guys have any final thoughts on them? No, you're done. Okay. No. I didn't convince you anymore. Like, I didn't. Like my pitch there, Nin achievements.
You're right. I think it will be good.
You're right. That's boring. This must not be on the internet. You can't just say you're right. No one does that. Fine.
I hate this idea. I think it's stupid, and you're stupid.
And I don't like fun.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine. It'll be good. The achievement system is needed. Every other system has it. I'm not incredibly interested unless it does something. Like, I'm not going to go back and play X game again unless there's an incentive worth playing. So if the achievements unlock something that's really cool, a graphic, a screensaver, I don't know, something, anything, then maybe.
All right, cool.
Moving right along.
Yeah, LA Noire coming to the Switch. Rockstar Games coming to the Switch, and it's not table tennis, which that's what I was pulling for. Rockstar table tennis myself, especially with the Joy-Con motion controls and the HD.
Table tennis was solid.
Yeah. I actually, I'm gonna plug this real quick. I have a music video coming out. The guy that helped me, I love him, but I actually beat him over Xbox Live with my feet in Rockstar table tennis. And I texted him a picture of my feet on the controller, and he's like, "Please never tell anybody. Do never speak of this thing." Sorry, dude. Sorry. But yeah. So, Matt, what do you think of this, man? LA Noire. You a fan? You looking forward to it?
Oh, huge fan. I played it on PS3 and 360. I never completed it because I got an Xbox One, and my 360 is collecting dust in my basement. And I'm going to buy it again, probably for Switch, because I want to build my Switch library. And I'm excited to see what it looks like with updated graphics and everything, and how it's going to compare to the Xbox One and PS4 version.
Yeah, for sure. Eric, what do you think, man?
I'm going to go a different direction. I agree with everything Matt said, but I'm mostly excited that Rockstar's throwing support towards Nintendo. I think the last game we got was the Grand Theft Auto DS, like China Wars game or whatever. So that's pretty exciting. I mean, this could maybe be successful and bring Red Dead or GTA 5 or something like that. But I did like LA Noire, and I also never completed it. I got a little over halfway, and something else grabbed me, so I will be buying it on the Switch.
Cool, yeah. Well, I mean, Rockstar Table Tennis was on the Wii, so.
I thought that was on the 360.
It was, but it came out on the Wii also.
That can't be true. That can't be true.
Yeah, so, I doubt it did very well, which is probably the last game they were like, all right, forget it. We're out.
Yeah.
We're out. I think this is great. I mean, look, it seems to me that the Switch could do almost any of the PS3 or 360 games from back in the day. Not that I want the Switch to be strictly a port machine. We obviously want new titles. But, what if Red Dead came to the Switch? Grand Theft Auto, like you mentioned, and that kind of thing. I mean, who knows, dude? Who knows?
People say they don't want the Switch to be a port machine. Bring it on. Let's bring every port ever made over to the Switch. I don't care, because that just means we have the greatest library of all times in a handheld. I mean, come on. I would take GTA 5 handheld. I would take Red Dead handheld. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, it really does open the door for especially we got Skyrim coming out as well, right? So I mean, we're seeing the power of this thing, and obviously there's some older games, but I'm excited for the future. I'm definitely excited for the future.
It's not just regular Skyrim; it's the HD enhanced Skyrim.
See, I hadn't heard. I had not had any confirmation on that. So
yeah, it's the same one that's on PS4 and Xbox One.
Wow.
Except no mods.
I was going to say, there's no way there could be mods. That would just melt the machine. Like, it would just literally melt. You'd just be holding Joy-Cons in a puddle of Switch. Like, there's no
you
way.
Put an environmental mod in there, enjoy your pool of plastic and silicon.
Yeah. Don't get burned.
Yeah.
Do not get burned. So, Wonder Boy on Switch outsold the three other consoles, that's PC, Xbox One, and PS4, combined. And another little tidbit about this game is there has been confirmation of a physical release in Asia, is what I saw. I didn't read the article, but that was the post, I believe, on the subreddit. So, I've been holding out on Wonder Boy, hoping that a physical would come because the game looks awesome. It looks like a game I could lose myself in, kind of that 2D side scroller. Either of you guys pick it up, or excited about this? Does that excite you?
This is the one that long time ago Destinot was pitching, and I didn't pick it up yet. I'm still now I'm kind of conflicted. I might wait for a physical release if that's even a possibility. But it does look really cool, and it's not really that surprising to me that it sold best on Switch or better than all others combined, because it looks like an old school Nintendo game. It looks amazing.
Mhm.
So, Matt, what do you think?
I'm a big fan of the 2D side scrollers. I like those and platformers. So I like. I think I am going to pick this up next paycheck. Add it to my
Nice.
digital library.
Very nice.
And it looks like a game that my 5-year-old would like to play as well.
Yeah, and I know one of the things Destinat would talk about a lot was the just being able to move back and forth between the two art styles and seeing the modern and the basically the old art style. And so,
Yeah.
what a great feature. And so I'm really hoping they do a physical release, because I want to play this at some point. Like, and if I have to break down and buy it digitally, I will, because it really looks fun. Not that I have time right now, because there's so many other games to play. We've got to finish up Mario plus Rabbids, and that's going to take us right into our review section and our talking point section. So
Ooh.
we had some requests that we start doing reviews. Now, these are obviously just our opinions, and I'm going to be very upfront. I'm probably not going to complete every game I review. I'm going to give you like my impressions and what I think if this thing is worth picking up, and how, based on how it plays, and maybe the graphics and the music and that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. That being said, Eric, how are you going to review these games? I'm curious. How is that? You like a kitten?
The heck I want.
You gonna say 3 kittens is a good game? 4 kittens?
Nope.
What?
We're gonna do something completely weird. So
oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go blue shell, red shell,
okay,
green shell. Because the scores are great, but you can get the scores anywhere. And Josh has given a score. So blue shells must pick up. Red shell should pick up. Green shell is and then if I don't give it a shell at all, don't touch it.
Just shell no. Is that
Just
what you're gonna?
Shell no.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay, so Mario plus Rabbids, man. Give us the shell breakdown.
Blue shell.
Okay.
It's a blue shell.
Do you want to elaborate just a little?
I think so I haven't beat the game yet, so there may be a game breaking flaw, but I don't suspect there will be. It's solid. The game's fun. I love it, and graphics are great. Gameplay's been great. The tactics of it are not the hardest thing in the world, but they're not easy. So they're challenging enough that it might take you a couple tries, especially when you get further in the boss battles. Sometimes can take you a few. So I think it's great. It's quirky. Just pick it up. It's a blue shell. Pick it up. It's a blue shell. That's all. That's all I gotta tell you.
Okay.
We ain't talking red shells. We're talking blue shells.
We're talking blue shells. Okay. Guaranteed to hit first.
Yep.
Guaranteed. All right.
Very
Perfect.
nice.
Okay. Matt, do you have a review of this game? Any kind of a opinion on it?
No. Not really a fan of that style, like that XCOM style of gameplay. It's always been a game, like even when it first got leaked, I was like, no. I'm gonna avoid this game.
Did you get a chance to play it at all? Probably not yet. So I think this game is there's few games on earth that would extremely benefit from a demo, and I think this is one of them. I wish they would have put out a demo, because I took a gamble, because I also don't care for the XCOM style typically. I was like, I'll buy it. It's Mario, whatever. And I'm loving it. And I think a lot of people would have really liked it and really liked how actually funny the Rabbids are. But there's no demo. They should be putting out a demo in this.
I think more games need demos, period.
Yeah. Sometimes that can work against you, though, because if there were an RBI baseball demo, I'm assuming Josh would have.
No, I still would have bought it. I still would have bought it. So
I know.
but for a couple reasons. But we'll get out first. I want to talk about Mario plus Rabbids. For myself, guys, it is a high. It's a great review. 8.5 is what I would give this game. The gameplay is very fun. I'm not a XCOM style player, just like these guys here. It's not something that I would typically like run to or be excited about. It looked like, honestly, part of the reasons that I pulled the trigger on this game. Well, one, you guys know that I just collect games, period, even the Switch games. But two, seeing it E3 and seeing the passion these guys had for this game, that definitely helped in the purchasing process, because it's like, you know what, it looks like there's some blood, sweat, and tears that went into this thing, not just a, hey, we got Mario, so buy our product. Like, you could tell that there was passion there, and so that got me excited about this game, and it did help me get over that hurdle of like, hey, this is an XCOM style game, but it's not for me. Or I didn't think it would be for me. It is a game for me. I recommend this game, and so the controls are tight. It doesn't really hold your hand. So prepare to be frustrated, prepare to think about this game outside of playing it on how you're going to attack certain things, and then jumping back in and being able to take stuff out. I'm stuck right now on the second boss, and it's frustrating, but I actually like that about it. Like, I don't want to just blow through this content. I want it to be challenging. I want to have to rethink my strategy and what do I need to do and where do I need to place myself. And the artwork, the graphics, gorgeous. Love it. Music, great. And it controls great. And I do want to say too, guys, join our Discord. You can go to the lootcave.com/NPC Discord. If you disagree with our reviews, jump in the Discord and let's talk about it. Like, we want to hear, that's what that's for. So we can be educated buyers when we go and talk about these games. That's part of the reason for the review process, is so that, maybe you want to pull you don't know if you want to pull the trigger on something or not. So we're going to just talk about it like openly, and you may disagree with our scores. Come talk to us. Like, we want to chat about it. It's not like, we may not necessarily change each other's mind, but it's good to hear other sides of the story. So jump in the Discord with us. It's a lot of fun. RBI baseball. So ton of nostalgia for this game. Played it with my dad a lot. Played a lot of RBI baseball. The first one, the big chubby characters, played it in the arcade. It was a black Tengen cart. RBI 2, I have it in my collection right behind me. The characters got all skinny. The Oakland A's were an amazing team. Dennis Eckersley would throw sidearm, and I was so blown away by the graphics on the NES that a pitcher would throw sidearm. Dave Henderson was like second base. That dude was the fastest runner in that game. You could steal every base if you wanted to with him. Played it with my dad, like I said, a lot. So I'm like, hey, RBI baseball, you hit the ball, the sound of the ball is whoop, right? Like, yeah. That's not a baseball sound, but whatever. That sound is still in the game. The unfortunate thing about this game, I'm gonna say it's about a 4.5, and that's even kind of being nice. The graphically, you're not looking at anything. If they had gone with a more cartoony style, it would have actually probably helped this game. This game to me looks like students made it, and it looks like you have the field as a piece of like background, and then you can clearly see that the players are kind of placed almost like they're levitating. There's very little as far as lighting. When you move your pitcher, he just slides back and forth. He doesn't like step at all. No online play. If you walk up to me and you have the game, which you probably won't, and I have the game, we can play each other right there. But the likelihood of that happening pretty slim. The only saving grace for this game for me is sitting down with my dad and playing through 9 innings. Like, that will be just the baseball mechanics themselves aren't even all that great. Like, trying to catch a pop fly and trying to catch grounders. And if you decide to steal a base and try to run back, I was like, what, am I not hitting the buttons correctly? Like, I literally just walked into a double play because I couldn't get characters to go back. So I'm cracking up at the chat right now. it's really disappointing to me because I loved the series as a kid, but it's not quite there. This is the second or third game they've made, and so hopefully they will continue and hopefully they can improve this series and get it back to where it once was, and it's got, I mean, look, the only other good baseball game is MLB The Show on the PS4, and that's a pretty gorgeous game, right?
Yeah.
So it may be in their best interest to step away from what they're trying to do with realism that ends up looking, honestly, guys, to me, it almost looked like the Madden on DS, which was just like very flat, like not good. And that's how this is. There's not a lot of like depth to the game as far as just visually. It just looks like everything was cut out of cardboard and placed in play on the field. And so there are a few interesting animations from the characters, but again, it's not something that's like you can play like 186 game season or whatever an actual baseball season is. And I'm like, there is no way that I'm going to do this. There's no way. So,
it's an achievement though.
I try. Oh, stop.
Struggle through a season.
Yeah.
Graphics aside,
He says no way. He's doing it.
Scott's asking, graphics aside, gameplay broken. It's just not fun. I recently picked up the Mario sports games on the DS, the baseball in there. I was having a blast with. Now, yeah, it's got a little bit of like Mario flair to it where you can, hit a power shot and things like that. This is just such core baseball mechanics, and with the bad graphics, it's just not. It takes away from the fun of it. If you are strictly looking for a very stripped down, just try to play baseball, yeah, you could make it work, but there's nothing about it that's going to make you want to go back to it. So, that's what I'm going to say about that. It's not entirely broken. Like, you can play it, but I wasn't having fun with it. So, with that, it sounds like RBI could have used some flair. That is correct. With that, let's talk Nintendo World Championships. Matt, you're in Canada, so you didn't even get to like compete or anything, right?
No, it sounds like Nintendo World Championship sounds like the World Series of Baseball.
Yeah,
America only.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, except we got the Jays, so
that's true. Only the Jays, the Expos, no more.
No, Expos gone. Expos were gone quite a while ago.
Oh wow! See, I don't really.
I'm trying to get a team in Vancouver though.
I see.
Yeah.
So I got to go on Saturday. It was kind of cool. C&D was there. He's a Nintendo YouTuber. My little girl was actually in his video from the event, and she got the back of her phone signed, and she was all excited and giddy. So that was kind of cool just to see her get excited about something like that. Cause she was kind of dragged along. She was like, I'm not going to compete. I don't really care about whatever. She's at that age, I guess. But she did get excited for that. My son and my other daughter, we all competed in Mario Kart. There was no chance, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just going to tell you now. I've let everyone down. You should be used to it by now. The kid that I'm pretty sure won, he was at the same table with me and my son. He did the track 11 seconds faster than I did. And my son was kind of watching him, and he was like literally jumping on the walls, jumping in the lava. Like, I don't even know how to do most of the stuff he was doing. So, but got a really cool Mario Kart 7 poster that says Nintendo World Championships on it. Got to go hands-on with Samus, which was great. Samus Returns. Very excited about this game. I don't think we are going to be disappointed with this title whatsoever. For the 10 minutes I played, there were a few times that I was like kind of stuck a little bit and had to kind of look around and figure some stuff out. And of course, there's Nintendo reps that are right there going, "Oh, just go here." I'm like, hey, just chill. All right. Like, let me, it's okay if I don't get to the end or whatever. I'm okay with it. And so, but they were super cool. Like I probably spent more time chatting with the rep than I did, actually just immersed in the game. Yeah, she can crawl. That's right. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh, Kirby, I love you. Yeah. Hey, I don't think you're going to be disappointed even picking up a new system to be able to play this game. Like it's,
dang it.
Sorry to break it to you. Matt, are you looking forward to this one?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, I am. It'll definitely tide me over until Prime 4 drops.
For sure.
In like 2024.
Yeah, it'll probably take me that long to finish.
It's going to come
Samus
out on the
Returns.
Nintendo Switch U.
Oh, God.
Stop. What are you doing?
No.
I'm
It's a
sorry.
horrible name.
Given the track record, Nintendo Switch U coming soon.
No, it'll be the Nintendo Nin Switch. Don't you worry.
Oh god.
The Nintendo Super Switch.
There you go.
Could be Super Switch.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, are you gonna pull the trigger, Eric?
I don't know. I've been looking at the 3DS XL Samus edition, and it's. I don't know. I don't know. You're not helping the cause, though. Let me tell you.
Sorry, Nintendo Switcheroo. Kirby got it. There it is.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep, that's the one.
Well played, dear. Well played. Yeah, it's the thing here's what I plan on doing with this game. One, the 3D's awesome, which surprised me, but it's really, really cool. There's so much depth. I was really surprised. I made sure to turn it on and check. Because I can't stream this game, at least not in a very effective way, I'm going to take my Astros, plug them into my 3DS, and just sit back and lose myself in this game. Like, I cannot wait to do that. Every 2D Metroid game, like, I usually cannot put them down. So I know you guys aren't going to believe it, but this game will be finished by me. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So next was Mario Odyssey. And how do you think I played Mario Odyssey? The control style. What do you guys think? Any guesses?
Split individual Joy-Cons.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Matt, were you able to play Odyssey? Did you make it to E3?
No, adult responsibilities kept me from going to E3.
Oh,
I could have even gone to the Microsoft one. I got invited to 2. Nintendo and Microsoft, so I'm really bummed.
Oh, that's too bad.
That is a bummer.
Yeah,
maybe next year.
That hurts.
Yeah, no, I wish I could have played Odyssey.
So I played New Donk City. I will tell you guys that it is a breath of fresh air for the Mario games, especially the 3D Mario games. And that to me is it says a lot, because I don't know that those games necessarily needed a breath of fresh air, but what they've done by just having you collect moons and not having to leave the world is you just get to continue playing on and on and on. And I really liked that. I would run over to a mini game and have to do like race a little RC car until it hit the moon. And then boom, I unlock the moon and then run and do something else. And the very first thing I did was jump up, look at the screen with Mario and throw my hat. And just the way the hat came at the screen, it reminded me of Turtles in Time when you would throw the foot soldiers at the screen, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like it just had that, like the hat got bigger, It got closer. And it just kind of struck me. I was like, that's awesome.
Did you duck?
No, nothing like that. But you know, my daughter, she found Toad, and the rep was like, "Hey, you're only like the third person to find Toad all day," and we were there a little bit later. So that was pretty cool. There's a jump roping mini game, and like my wife and my son both set like the high score for the day on that, which was kind of cool. But the little girl next to me, which was really funny because they want everybody to start at the same time, so everybody quits at the same time. She was too little, so she just runs up, hits A, and starts playing. And the reps are like, "Oh, great, okay, I guess just go ahead and start, guys. But she picked the desert level, and so I did turn and look for a little bit to watch her play, and like basically she kept jumping into the pipes and then entering like the 2D Mario style, like Super Mario Brothers style gameplay, and I was just kind of like,
I have they shown that, or did you just throw a massive spoiler out there?
No, they've shown it.
Are you sure? Because I don't remember this.
Yeah. They showed it at when they announced the game. They showed it, or shortly after. I promise you. Matt, you remember 2D Mario, right?
Remember which?
2D Mario in Odyssey, like seeing it in the desert.
Oh yeah,
in the desert area.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, where you can like
cool that it switched to that.
Where you're like running away from the bullet bill or something around. Mm-hmm. That's what they showed. So no major spoilers. It's okay. Eric's like, our reviews. The reviews. No, what have you done? No, if they've watched anything, they've seen that. So, and if it was spoiled for you, hey, I'm sorry, but I love you.
Well, all right.
So, all right. But it's part of it's what they've been demoing since, like probably the early PAX, E3, that kind of stuff. It's been there. But I will say, playing it with the split controls is you get to, there's a very strong chance that we're going to see the Galaxy games come back, because it's exactly how you play those games. And so I know like Drummer, who's a regular in the chat, is like, he just wants to play those games. He wants the opportunity to play them. So who knows? We don't know if and when Virtual Console, but Wii games could be very easily playable, especially since they're anticipating you playing Mario in this way. What I liked is everything, all of your shakes or whatever that you could do with the remotes were also mapped to buttons. So you could easily play this game on the go, no problem. You could also just play it with a Pro Controller or, in the Joy-Con grip and have no issues. So I really liked the gameplay. It was smooth. I noticed a tiny little bit of frame rate stuff, but nothing that was like deal breaking or like, oh, I need to write a blog post about this or get on Reddit and complain. It was nothing like that. So
I just saw an article. It's supposed to be 1080, 60 frames per second for final launch.
That's cool.
So.
That's cool. I hope they do it. I hope they can do it. And, we're playing demos, obviously, so who knows how optimized they are and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, lastly, guys, we have the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. What are our predictions? Matt, go ahead, buddy.
On the paid online service, I think we're going to hear about that, and Virtual Console. I think are going to be the two big things they're going to finally announce some more info about.
Okay.
This chat, guys, they're just roasting me. My word.
I'm going to go.
Go.
My prediction is bold.
Oh, okay.
There is no huge Nintendo games in November, December. Tomorrow they're going to announce Mario Maker Switch in one of those November, December time slots. Mark my words.
Oh. So somebody's literally typing in our notes, and I'm like, what? There's a ghost in the machine. What? And Matt, you may know this. Was Mario Maker affected by Miiverse getting shut down, or Eric? Do you know? I know it was affected in some way. I don't know to what extent.
Yeah, and any game on the the Wii U that you could upload videos or screenshots from used Miiverse. So I think they can patch and fix it, but I don't think they're going to, because it's the Wii U and they don't care about it anymore. Yeah. I know that's mean to say, but that's the reality. So
some might say they never cared about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess there was, the way they set it up is it would post things simultaneously to Miiverse and YouTube. And by breaking one, they've broken the other. So they could fix it, but again, like, how much money and time are you going to invest in the Wii U at this point?
Right. Yeah, so to your point of it being Mario Maker, if it was pretty messed up from the Miiverse getting shut down. Maybe, maybe that's their way of saying, hey, sorry, and we're actually going to support this game this time. Because that's the thing is, there's a very strong community on there. I mean, you get on Twitch early morning. There's like 1,500 people watching Aura. I can't remember his full name, but Aura play Mario Maker. Grand Keys, who's been on the show, Mario Maker streamer, right? Like, I mean, he's pulling in 300 to 500 viewers. Like, the community is there, and so hopefully they will get it on the Switch quickly and start and really support it, so that
it's coming late November, early December. And hey, if I'm wrong, tweet at me at N64Josh. I will take any negative feedback you have to throw my way.
Oh my goodness. So my predictions are, I don't know, it's just kind of lame, but I'm thinking Xenoblade Chronicles, and since we don't really have a date for that, and we're probably going to hear a little bit more about Final Fantasy, or I'm sorry, Fire Emblem Warriors. Other than that, the big thing was they found auto tags for Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS on the Japanese YouTube, and so I don't know. If I could have a wish, I would love Smash Bros. On the Switch. I wish it was there. I just can't imagine them saying, "Hey, it's coming out or here." In September, and it's going to be here in December. Like, it just seems like they're
not going to do that because it would compete with Mario Maker, which is already been confirmed for November, December timeframe. So,
yeah. Well, there you go. There you go.
It wouldn't make sense business wise.
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, any other predictions, guys? Anything that you're really hoping we see?
I hope they bring some sort of Netflix or something. I know a lot of people don't seem to care about it, but it's a convenience thing for me. Being able to travel with just the Switch and have it do everything would be amazing. So I hope they talk about the third-party media player support. So, yeah, that's my hope.
Okay. Yeah, and lastly, maybe some virtual console. And who knows, if they drop some serious bombs, I may just have to steal hate for a couple minutes to do a little extra podcast. So if something serious drops tomorrow, plan on hearing it from us again later this week. So, lastly, guys, our retro question. Oh, here's a little note here. It says Nintendo Switch app on phone voice now works when phone is in standby. That means the screen is off. How exciting is that?
My cryptic note.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I mean, that makes it in line with every other device, right?
Yeah, that you can shut your screen off and it still works.
Yeah, that annoyed me.
It's amazing. Okay, our retro question. What is a Nintendo game, let's see, that had terrible reviews, but you loved, i.e., Ice Climbers? Matt, I'm gonna let you go first.
I don't know. I was kind of trying to think of a game that fell into that category.
Well, you kind of named one at the beginning that you said you loved. That at least now, not at the time, it wasn't reviewed bad, but a lot of people look at it poorly now. Is Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh yeah, I was also going to say Thunderbirds. I was reading a lot of people didn't like. They thought Thunderbirds just like a crummy generic top-down shooter. But yeah, I guess Mario 2. Yeah.
What? So tell me a little bit more about Thunderbirds, because I don't know a whole lot about it.
So it's based on the TV series from the 60s from the UK. It's all marionettes, like Team America.
Okay, yeah.
Marionette puppets. And it's their father is Jeff Tracy. He's like a former astronaut, and he creates this team called International Rescue, and it's all piloted by his kids, and they save people around the world. And then they've got their arch nemesis is the Hood. So in the game, the Hood is going to destroy Earth in 60 days by throwing all kinds of meteors at it. And so the Thunderbirds have to stop him. And it's just kind of your generic top-down shooter, different levels. They'll play it the same. All the ships kind of operate the same. They just look different, and like their weapons look a little bit different, but it's kind of your typical top-down space shooter.
Okay. All right. Eric, how about you, buddy?
I'm going to go with a few. So, first, Shaq Fu. The game was terrible, but I was young and I loved it. Michael Jordan in the Windy City. Another garbage game that I loved. And then I'm going to go with two more. Last two.
Okay.
The South Park 64 first-person shooter. I played the crap out of that game, and man, it was terrible. It was on the Turok engine, though, the Turok 2 engine.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be good, and it just wasn't. But it was good to me. Last one. I don't know if it was reviewed poorly, but it wasn't popular. The first Luigi's Mansion on GameCube. It was fantastic, but people were disappointed because it wasn't a Mario. So I think a lot of people passed on it that shouldn't have. So that's the last one.
Gotcha. I'm the one that came up with this question, and I've even had just been racking my brain. What was, and I don't know the actual review scores of this game, but I know a lot of people that I talked to do not like this game. It was the first Turtles game. They didn't like the difficulty of it. They didn't like the top down. They didn't like, whatever. But for me, it was the only Turtles game I owned when I was little. So it was I can't not play this game because I gotta get through it. And so maybe I look at it with rose tinted glasses, but for me it's a game that I love. I love, even though I went back to it and played it recently, and I was like, man, this is so hard. This is so hard. But
don't apologize. That game's awesome.
I want to read a few from the chat here. Boomer says Tactics Ogre Knights of I don't know if it's Odyssey. Otis. I don't know.
Lotus. Maybe.
Lotus. I'm not sure if it's an L or a. Paliner says 8 Eyes. Kirby Geeks, pretty sure Codename Steam got iffy ones, so I'm going to go with that. I do want to point out Scott Fly says, if I predict people will riot if they don't talk about Animal Crossing at the at the direct. Yes, riots will be confirmed right here. Daikatana, I guess. I'm not sure. Blursty put that one there. What's up, man? How are you? So, and that's not one that I recognize. So, but anyway, guys, we can keep this conversation going as far as some games that you love that were terrible. Let us know in our Discord. Come join us over there. The links will be in the show notes. You'll find them at thelootcave.com/NPC36, right? Yeah, we're on 36. So
we are 36.
NPC 36. So, let's put a bow on this thing. Matt, tell us all the places that people can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at ReggieFizameme. I'm also on Reddit under Trainass, and Xbox under ReggieFizameme. I don't use Twitch aside for this, so pretty much Twitter is the best bet.
Okay, cool. And you're no longer a mod on the Nintendo subreddit, right? But you're still going to be around, right? Oh
yeah. I stepped down. Just too much stuff going on in my life, and so I stepped down from there and the Wii U subreddit mod teams. So I'm still going to do our podcast though. I'm not giving that up. That's my baby. So
cool. And you guys have a Discord as well. That's fairly active. Pretty cool.
Yep. And it's just our Nintendo. Cool. You can find it on the Nintendo subreddit.
Cool. Awesome. Eric, Hate Zero, tell us all the places.
You can find me on Twitter at Hate Zero with an X. You can find me on the Discord. I'm pretty vocal in there. You can find me here every Tuesday. I do want to mention, if you tune in next week, Josh is going to kiss an ostrich.
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag kiss the ostrich.
I don't know this guy. I don't know. I'm not sure. Guys, you follow me on Twitter at N64Josh, Twitch, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all the social medias. It's all N64Josh. Just look it up. Find me there. I take a lot of pictures on my Instagram of Nintendo stuff, and I'm having a good time with it. I do want to say youtube.com/N64Josh. I have a music video probably launching tonight after I launch this podcast, after I get it up on the site, called Another Castle. It is a parody song written from the perspective of Mario, but I take it very serious. And it looks very dramatic. So we've put about, I don't know, we're probably pushing 30 hours we've put into this video now, me and my buddy. And so I'm pretty stoked about it. So you guys gotta check it out. So make sure you're subbed over there at youtube.com/N64Josh. And hopefully you will not, maybe the first time you're not disappointed. We'll see. We'll see. Remember, audibletrial.com/NPC. Get yourself a free book there. If you want to get yourself a gaming chair, an affordable gaming chair that I say is as good as any of the gaming chairs I've sat in, opseat.com. Use coupon code N64Josh. And if you have a second, you can leave us a review. We'd really, really appreciate it. We want to try to stay on that top 200, so we can only do that with you guys. So thank you so much for listening. Matt, thank you for being here. Make sure you guys check out Hello Nintendo. Find it on iTunes, Google Play, any other places that you guys put that thing?
That's pretty much, it's also on YouTube.
On YouTube as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, if you're here with us live, we appreciate you. We're going to give that game away right after we stop the recording here. So thank you guys. We will see you next week. And
Hashtag
wait,
kiss the ostrich.
Yeah, kiss the ostrich. But guys, we're giving away $60 in eShop gift cards. Go to our Twitter, N64Josh, N64 Hate. I'm reading the chat. Hate Zero. The details are there. It's my pinned tweet. There's like 6 days left to enter if you wanted to get $60 on the eShop. So very simple to enter. Just go check it out. You can follow us on Twitter, follow on Twitch, that kind of stuff, and get entered to win there. So want to make sure we mention that. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Later.